Oh, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi O. Namasarvebhyaha. Good morning or greetings to all of you. I am happy to say that I passed a Masters in Sanskrit with all your people's blessings and with God's grace in first class with 73 percentages. And I would like to give you some idea about how I traveled from zero. I started from nothing and I reached the stage of MA Sanskrit, which is really something to feel happy about. It's not a pride. When you learn that much, you will come to know that the path is very hard to travel. We need more dedication, devotion, energy, and grace of God. So we will get this knowledge that for each and every achievement what we are doing, we need the grace of Bhagavan. Otherwise, it is not possible. So, in the initial days of our life, when we are 25 and we are establishing ourselves maybe up to 50, we think everything we are doing on our own, with our own strength, with our intelligence, with our calculation, with our smartness. But once we come and start with this Sanskrit text, so many scriptures, we will come to know that we are very, 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 very small and minuscule in this entire world. So, such a feeling it gives, and we become humble, we become Vinayamaya, like that. So, I thought I will just give an idea about my travel. And in this playlist, I would like to present some 501, 500 plus 1, 501 Subhashita. So we will see that because most of the Sanskrit text, they are in the shloka form. So we have to understand how to read shloka and get the meaning. Because if you see Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, like anything you take that is in shloka. The text nowadays, what we are getting, they may be in some paragraph that is called Padya, Gadya, like that. Padya means in shloka form. Gadya means in paragraph, text form. So with this introduction, and once again, thanking you all for your cooperation, sharing my videos, commenting my videos, encouraging me to do this. I am thinking of lecturing on so many areas which I came to know gradually. I have my own works and commitments, so gradually. I'm doing all this for to create the interest in you to learn Sanskrit. See, we can't expect someone to teach me entirely. So, someone will give the push, or someone will give you some idea. Someone may create interest. You should get inspired. And if you are destined to learn, then only you will learn. Otherwise, we just hear and go like that. So, we will see how I reached this MA Sanskrit and what are all the syllabus, the textual portion we are exposed by reading MA Sanskrit. Because this MA Sanskrit syllabus is almost common in the various universities throughout our country. So most of these topics are only covered in Masters in Sanskrit course. Once again, I thank you and I take leave. Sarve bhavantu sukinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, na kaschet dukha bhavet. Oh. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay. The MA Sanskrit, what I did, it is from the Karnataka State Open University, which is known as KSOU, Mysore. Mysore is in the Karnataka state, which is one of the well-known tourist spot in India. The medium of instruction for the course is either in English or in Kannada. I took in English because I can understand Kannada, I speak Kannada, I can read, write also, but I am basically born, educated from Tamil Nadu. So, this literature level, Kannada and all, I cannot understand. So, I took English medium. The study materials are very vast. More than the topic, they have given more study materials. The duration of the course is 2 years and it is in correspondence. Actually, the course now, I think they are changing to semester system. Probably this 2 year of every year exam. So these 2 years of method, maybe this year, 2025, maybe the last year. I don't know that. We can confirm it from the university. There are total of papers, 5 per year. 1 to 5 is first year, 6 to 10 is second year. So totally 10 papers. Each paper is for 100 marks. 20 marks are as internal assignments, 80 marks as external written exam. The internal assignments we can refer study material and write on our own and we will have to submit online only. The external 80 marks, that is written exam without books. Okay. So in the first year, what are all the things we study in MA Sanskrit is in the paper 1, which is Introduction to Vedic and Classic Sanskrit Literature. So the entire the Sanskrit scriptures are given one introduction. Origin and development of Sanskrit poetry. So the poems, how they developed, kavya, like what we say. So in that the syllabus Kirartanarjuniyam of Bharavi. So by the poet Bharavi, Kirartarjuniyam, like that, a kavyam is written. Regarding that we study. Though it is having so much sections, we study some limited sections only. Because always in this masters or in bachelors, for example, if there is a syllabus on Ramayanam, then Ramayanam, entire 24,000 slokas, they are not in the syllabus. So we select some kanda like that. So every literature will be like that only. Origin and development of prose. Prose means that I was telling Padya, Gadya, like that. Padya is poetry. So Kirartarjuniyam is in the poetry form. Gadya is prose form. So Kadambari, which is one of the very famous and very really difficult to understand because the characters are interconnected by 3 janma. Purva Janma, Punarjanma, like that, 3 Janma, and different stories are told about past life. So it's somewhat confusing, but it is very, very nice. Kadambari is one of the well-known in the Sanskrit literature. Bana, like that, is the author of that Kadambari. And how do we do translation from Sanskrit to English, like that? So this much is studied in the first paper. And in the second paper, we are given introduction to Rupaka and its origin and development. Rupaka, what we say, that when a poem is developed, how they give different, what we say, like figure of speech, like that in English. So different Rupakas are given. And the dramas associated with, okay, Rupaka is associated with a different style of stage play. Okay, it is a stage play. And in Kavya, it is a figure of speech like that. So nature of Sanskrit drama. So in that drama, Abhignana Shakuntala, like that, one of the very famous of Kalidasa, that is we are going to study. So history of Sanskrit literature, again so many other different literature, origin and development of Kavya, different types of Kavya, and various contribution by various authors like that. We study Kavya and drama. And in the third paper, we study Nyaya Shastra. We have different type of Darshana Grantha, Astika Darshana, Nastika Darshana, like that. So we get, that is in separate paper. This Nyaya Shastra, it is one of the Darshana of Astika, Nyaya Shastra. So the science of reasoning, like that we say in English, the whole world, the whole object, how they are presented, how things are defined. And when we are doing discussion to establish our point, how we construct the sentence, like that, and what are all the flaw when we put forth a theory or thesis, like that, this Nyaya Shastra will help us to understand. Nyaya Shastra, Vyakarana, they are basic essential to understand any text in Sanskrit. So Tarka Sangraha by Annam Bhatta, that is the text used in this Nyaya Shastra. Introduction to Sanskrit grammar also given. And in the grammar, we are not studying Panini grammar. We are studying the Panini Sutra, which is presented by this form of Siddhanta Kaumuti, like that. The same Panini Sutra presented in different fashion as per Prakaranam. And we understand different units of Panini Vyakaranam. So in that first year, Karaka Prakaranam, that is different Vibhakti form, and Samasa Prakaranam. There are various Samasa. Samasa is carried in the second year also. Then in the fourth paper, we are given introduction about various darshana. As I said, one of the darshana is Nyaya Vaisheshika, that is called Tarka Shastra also. So, Sarva Darshana Sangraha, like that, the topic is given. And in that we study about Charvaka Darshana, Ramanuja Darshana, Purna Prajna Darshana, and Shaiva Darshana, Shankara Darshana, that is Shankaracharya's way of looking at the Upanishad. All these darshanas are based on the text available in the Upanishad. And mostly the Dashopanishad, like that, which is very famous. Based on that, they established their vision. So that Sarva Darshana Sangraha, like that, we get one paper. And in the fifth paper, we get Alankara Shastra. So Alankara is that figure of speech, like what I said, in Kavya, in Shloka. Bharata's Natya Shastra. Natya Shastra is not actually directly related to dancing. Bharatanatyam Shastra means the entire way of stage performance through poetic, this one, so many bhava, so many emotional depiction, like that. So if we understand, some 50 years back in India, mostly the stage performed dramas are based on the Purana, Kavya, and this Itihasa, Ramayana, Mahabharata, like that. Almost in any part of the country, it was based on that only. But nowadays, we are doing stage performance in a different way. Totally, we are going away from our Indian literature. And like a Western style, we do some dances, singing and all, we do. And the stage is so much decorated. The stage is attracting more than the performance. It has become like that. So this Bharatanatyam Shastram is the entire text, which is 2000, most text what we are studying in Sanskrit. They are all 2000 years old text. Okay. So we are going to study Bharatanatyam Shastram. Then we are going to study this Kuvalayananda of Appaya Dikshita. Appaya Dikshita is author of this Kuvalayananda text, which is having a connection to that Bharatanatyam Shastra. Then in the second year, we are going to study Vedic portion. So in the Vedic portion, we study about Swara and the grammar of Veda. Because we say in Sanskrit, Vaidika Sanskrit and Laukika Sanskrit, like that. Vaidika means Veda related. Laukika means our common world related. So the four Veda, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda, and the Vedanga and Brahma Sutra, like that, some portions are called Vaidika Shastra. So they are very old, and they are even before Panini. Even before the Panini's grammar, these granthas were available. So they don't adhere to Panini's grammar. So there will be some difference, and how such a text has to be understood, they are explained in Vaidika grammar. And it is because of Swara, we have to say the mantra in different tone. That tone we have to do. Then Vedic Sukta and Vedic hymns. So chanting of mantra and Sukta, like Purusha Sukta, we say Go Sukta, like that different Suktas are given in the syllabus. Kathopanishad, like that, one Upanishad also we study. And Bhagavad Gita, out of 18 chapter, Karma Yoga chapter we study. Then Vedic literature like Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, this Samhita. Samhita means the mantra portion. The mantra portion also we study, and the meaning of the mantra, like that. Then in paper 7 we study Arthashastra of Kautilya. Arthashastra means the entire political science, which is again 2000 years old. That shows 2000 years back in India, a well-governed text was there, how the king should handle various political activities. So what we are doing now is nothing but what was already there, and we are in that direction only. We are handling these situations. So Yajnavalkya Smriti, like that. Smritis are like some code of conduct. Nowadays, we follow our constitution of the country and the civil law. So the law, this criminal law, civil law, like that. So the entire justice system in our country is based on these laws only. In India, we are having our own laws, various type of laws in various areas, like doing protection or doing finance. In various way, we are governed by laws. But in the king's period, when kings were ruling the country, there was no law which is applicable to the entire Bharat. So this smriti were only the law-like. So we are having various smriti. Manusmriti is one well-known. Yajnavalkya Smriti is another well-known. These smritis are over period, they are modified. Like we are modifying law, we repeal a law, we enact a law. Like that, the country is going on doing it as it grows. Then we study Sundara Kantam of Valmiki Ramayana, one chapter. Then Prabandha. Prabandha means how to write papers. Like you want to submit a paper, then how some subject is to be presented in a paper. The order of presenting a subject. Like writing articles. Nowadays, news articles or technical articles, like whatever people write, that is called Prabandha. And Sanskrit commentary and the compositions related to this Prabandha, that all we study. Then in paper 8, we study grammar, Siddhanta Kaumuti, Samasa Prakaranam. In continuation to what we studied in first year, some more Samasa related we study. Then we study about various linguistic, phonetics, morphology, semantics, like that, all with this study of language. How language originated, how it developed, what is the resemblance between the language, between various languages in the same country, various languages of different countries, all that, and various language families. This modern study of how language developed, that is also there in the paper 8. Then in paper 9, we study about further the Sanskrit literature. One of the very well-known famous grantha, that is Dhvanyaloka, like that. And various figure of speech, Alankara, how the Alankara developed over a period, that we study. Then again, Alankara Shastra in paper 10, Kavya Prakasha, like that, another very famous grantha, the history and growth of Sanskrit poetics, like that. So we are given a balanced exposure of various portions like Itihasa, Veda, Shastra, and Darshana, and Vyakarana. Like that, various exposure we get. Most of the texts are in Padya form, poetic form. Okay. But if you want to study MS Sanskrit, you should have already got a bachelor's degree. Any bachelor degree is the basic qualification to get or to appear for a master's degree. I had a bachelor's degree in science in the year 1980, and maybe that is 45 years back. I got that bachelor's degree in science. So mainly I studied physics, chemistry, and maths more, not the literature part. Because for MA Sanskrit, that degree is not sufficient, and we have to get the Sanskrit knowledge. I appeared through the Sanskrit syllabus of the Sanskrit Bharati. From that, we got so much Sanskrit knowledge. And with that Sanskrit Bharati Sanskrit knowledge, I appeared for this MA Sanskrit. I will give, after this, in this continuation to this lecture, after explaining further about KSOU, I will give you idea about that Samskrita Bharati. So the scheme of evaluation, as I told, internal assessment 20 marks, assignment per paper, 2 assignments are to be submitted, average of both is calculated for 20 marks. Then external offline written exam only. It is not online, it is offline. You have to write either in Kannada, either in English, or mixed, or Sanskrit, like that. You can mix. Sanskrit English you can mix, or Kannada English you can mix, or Sanskrit Kannada you can mix, or entirely write in Sanskrit. Like that, in various forms you can write. So this external written exam, they are conducted in KSOU Mysore University campus also for the people who are near to Mysore, and various study centers throughout Karnataka. We can write the exam instead of visiting Mysore. The administration, registration, and the certification process, examination, hall tick, mark sheets, everything is online. So admission, registration, fee payment, marks card, hall ticket, study material downloading, contact classes, degree certificate, all online. The website is shown on the screen. You can simply type in Google search KSOU Mysore and you can get the site also. Okay. Now the Samskrita Bharati, like that what I said, those who want to get a bachelor's in Sanskrit level of exposure to various things in Sanskrit, then we can use the Samskrita Bharati, which is one NGO, this non-governmental organization working from Delhi. They are having their own site. You can go to their site and know more. They conduct 4 exams. That is also in correspondence, so you can sit at home and learn comfortably. Each course is of 6 months duration. The entire registration, contact classes are online with a meeting and all that. On completion of the course, you get successful certificate with first class, second class, distinction, all that. They conduct 4 exams: Pravesha, Parichaya, Siksha, Kovida, like that. You can appear in sequential order only. you cannot directly appear to Kovida without passing earlier 3 exams. So you have to start from Pravesha, even though you know Sanskrit and all. You have to start with Pravesha. After completion, you can appear for Parichaya. After completion, you can appear for Siksha. After completion, you can appear for Kovida. Each one after 6 months, you can register online only. So these 4 exams together, they give wide exposure to Sanskrit literature, basic knowledge to read, write Sanskrit text, and understand Sanskrit literatures. 12 lessons are there in each book for each course. So each 6 months you will study 12 lessons, and they are self-study material. The medium is in English as well as in other regional Indian language like Kannada, Tamil, Hindi, Bengali, Marathi, like that. In various language they are available. Okay. So now we will see about the 4 different exam conducted by Samskrita Bharati, and by each exam what you are going to gain. So in the Pravesha exam, the beginner level first exam, you start with alphabet, bhasha, abhyasa, nouns, pronouns, vibhakti, verbs, sentence construction, like that we learn. Then we learn common day-to-day words, and we learn symbol story and how to comprehend, symbol shloka, and introduction to the Sanskrit literature treasure. That's all. So in the second course, Parichaya, we start with Bhasha Abhyasa, higher level. So various Kritanda Shabda and Karmani Prayoga, they are all taught. Common day-to-day words further we learn. We learn so many Subhashitams, how to understand Subhashitams by separating the words, rearranging the words, and getting meaning of that. Then various words formation in Sanskrit from different verbs, how they are done. And Kavya Katha. Kavya Katha means like we saw in MA Sanskrit, Kirartarjuniyam. So Kirartarjuniyam is a Kavyam. That Kavya Katha, the story of that Kavya, that poem, they are presented in text form. So once you understand in text form the story, then when you read the shloka, you can easily understand that. So Kavya Katha is connected with all the textual form of Kavya, and introduction to various literature stories also. Then translation also we study from one language, Sanskrit, to other language. We study Sandhi and famous Sanskrit phrases, means quotes, like that we study, or Nyaya, like that we say. And in the third course, Siksha, we further study on Bhasha. So more and more level of understanding the language component is gradually introduced in each course. So we study more verbs, more Kridanda type words. And Nyaya phrases, means again quotes like, or some proverbs like. Then we study further Subhashitams. So further enhancing the knowledge of shloka, word separation, rearrangement, and getting meaning. Then various word formation from verb root, like and further Kavya Katha, whatever we studied in the earlier exam, further more Kavya Kathas are studied. Then we study further detail on translation, further on other sandhis, and the famous Sanskrit shlokas we study. And in the last course, Kovida course, again we study more about the language structure, like Taddidanda Shabda, Nijanda Shabda, San Pratyayanda Shabda, like so many different types of words. Then Samasa we study, various forms of Samasa. Then Shloka Anvaya. Anvaya means to rearrange, order, like that. So words, rearrangement, and getting meaning from a poetic verse. Then Kavya Katha. Further we study about various other Kavya Katha, more on the literature and various authors of literature, contribution in Sanskrit literature. Then Alankara in Kavya. what is the meaning of figure of speech and all, and Prabandha and Patra Lekanam. Prabandha means how to present one article in Sanskrit and how to write letters in Sanskrit. Like that we study. So here also the entire admission and the registration process totally online. I have given the link of that site address here. You can search in Google Sanskrita Bharati New Delhi. You will get this site. The fees payment is online. It is very, very nominal. Some 300 rupees or less than 500 rupees. You pay less than 500 rupees once in 6 months, and you get one book also, which is like a reference book you can use for your as you study more and more. The basic, if you want to get, you can go to these books. So you can keep this book. These books are not available in market for purchase. You can't purchase that. You can get it only from this Sanskrit Bharati only after registering. If somebody is giving that book, one who studied, naturally nobody will give that because it is one of the reference book essential for them. And the Samskrita Bharati also is having so many books published for various levels of people. So from the kids story level, the preliminary level, secondary level, higher level, then various text, explanation of Bhagavad Gita and all, and so many grammar books. They are all low priced. They are not very high priced. And they are all easily accessible. Online you can go through the books, the publications, which we can use to improve our knowledge further. And you can order it online and it will be delivered to your doorstep. So you need not go to any shop and purchase. So if you go to Sanskrit Bharati site, you can go to the publication section and you can find out various books available for you. So I did this. So 2 years I spent by writing these 4 exams of Samskrita Bharati, and I got a good exposure of various texts of Sanskrit. Then I studied further in KSOU by spending another 2 years. So 5 years back I started. I started on my own, having some idea that I can learn, but practically I found that it is very wide. So in a systematic way only we can study. And even though I spend 5 years, it's not at loss. Now I can read Ramayana myself, Mahabharatam myself. I can read the Bhashya of Shankaracharya, and with someone's explanatory notes, I can read so many of the text myself. So I am now not dependent on some teacher. And moreover, even at any stage, your doubt is to be cleared only by someone who is more knowledgeable than you. So if I have some doubts, then I will approach online so many gurus who are more stronger or who are more knowledgeable than me, and I improve my knowledge. I hope this is useful for you people who are interested to learn Sanskrit in a systematic way, and daily by spending 1 hour or 2 hours like that, over period you can learn very comfortably. So instead of wandering here and there in some bits and pieces, knowing some information, in a very systematic way we can learn. And once we learn, we can start teaching to others. By that method, we will strengthen our knowledge. Now, in the next video onwards, I will be presenting the Subhashitams. Okay. Hope you liked it, and I will meet you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.